Hello and welcome to this very special webinar called The One Essential Step You Are Missing in Your Health and Fitness Routine. You know you're in the right place if you constantly beat yourself up for not getting your health and fitness regime perfect. I know I used to be like that. You feel like you need help with self-control when it comes to your eating habits. So you wish you could eat better quality food, or you wish you would eat less food. You want to know how to get back into a health and fitness regime quickly and easily when you fall off the wagon. Because let me tell you, it's impossible to do a perfect health and fitness regime for the rest of your life. You will fall off the wagon at some stage, and some of what you'll learn in this training will help you when that happens. And finally, you might be in the right place if you feel like a bit of stress relief wouldn't go astray. So maybe you're stressing about some of the things I just mentioned, or maybe there's other stressful things going on in your life, but this thing will help you with stress as well as your health and fitness regime. So in this training, you're going to learn the one practice that is missing in your health and fitness routine, why it's so important, when you can do this practice, and how to get started. So who am I to teach you about health and fitness and this particular thing? Well, my name's Emma Polette and I'm a body love coach. You might wonder what that means. Really, it just means that I help women learn to love and accept the bodies they have, and also to treat their bodies with love and respect through health and fitness. I'm also a personal trainer, I'm a health coach, I'm a yoga teacher, I'm a reiki master. So I have quite a lot of experience with helping women in particular create amazing health and fitness regimes, self-care practices that help them really love their bodies and feel fantastic. So my business is called Body Love HQ. Now, this is probably about 10 years ago or so, maybe even longer now. But over 10 years ago, I used to work in a very stressful corporate role. I used to get paid a lot of money, but I didn't enjoy what I was doing. I was also feeling really badly about my body all the time. So I would be counting my calories and I would be going to the gym, sometimes twice a day. I would feel guilty if I didn't go to the gym regularly. And I was kind of obsessed with having the perfect weight and the perfect body at the same time as doing a job that I hated. It was a pretty terrible time. And I know you don't know me potentially, but can you see that sort of deadened look in my eye? That's how I felt all the time. I was also struggling with stage 4 endometriosis, which is when it gets to be stage 4, it's quite a serious gynecological issue. And in 2017, I had a full hysterectomy. So my ovaries and my uterus were removed. And at the age of 43, I was put straight into menopause. So this was a thing that was stressing me out as well. So at this point, I'd already become a personal trainer and health coach and changed my career. But I still wasn't loving my body very much. And it was while I was in hospital, probably the day after I took this photo, when I was recovering from this surgery, that I realized that loving my body was going to be much better for me than punishing my body. And so I want to share some of that with you today. So here's me with a group of women in 2019, that was the first year we went to Bali on a retreat. So now I help women of all ages, all shapes, all sizes, really learn to love themselves and take care of themselves, which is actually more important than anything, from a beautiful place of love and respect. And so see the beautiful shiny faces in this photo. This is what I want for you as well. Okay, so you're probably wondering, what is the one essential thing that's missing from your health and fitness regime? And I would say it's mindfulness. Now, before you run off screaming, let me explain why it's so important. I know if you told me 10 years ago that I should be doing more mindfulness in my health and fitness regime, I would have scoffed and said, don't have time for that. But please let me explain why it's so important and how just a small amount of this on a daily basis or a few times a week can make a huge difference to what you're trying to achieve at the gym or in the kitchen. So, why is mindfulness so important for health and fitness? Firstly, it can actually help you lose weight. Now, mindfulness can help you with stress. And when we are in a constant state of stress, a whole heap of hormonal reactions happen in the body, and that can actually make you carry more weight, especially around the tummy area. So, if you're struggling with losing weight around the tummy, if you're going to the gym and you are eating pretty well, but you're still not losing weight around that area, it could be because you are under constant amount of stress. Maybe it's getting to and from work in the traffic. Maybe it's a boss that you don't get along with. Maybe it's some troubles in your relationship, or you've got too much on your plate. If you are under these feelings of stress, it is going to impact your ability to lose weight. And that's why mindfulness can be such an important addition to your health and fitness regime. Secondly, it will help you with self-control and discipline. So I know a lot of my clients will say to me, oh, once I start eating the cheese, I can't stop. And those kind of feelings come up and they feel bad about themselves and they feel guilty about what they're eating or about what they're not doing in the gym or when they're not going to do any exercise. So mindfulness will help you with this. And one way that it will do that is it will help you to respond to a situation rather than react to a situation. So let me give you an example. Let's say you've had a really stressful day at work. If you have a mindfulness practice in your regime, you are more likely to respond to that rather than react. So, for instance, if you're still in the reacting mode, you might get home, pull out the biggest tub of ice cream you can, and before you know it, you've eaten all of the ice cream and you feel bad about yourself. Your body feels terrible and you feel bad about how much you've eaten. Responding to a stressful day at work will mean that you'll sit down and you'll think about, why is this stressful? Why haven't I enjoyed today? What changes could I make in my life to make it less likely a day like today will happen again? Doesn't mean you won't reach for the ice cream. You might still reach for it, but you'll come at it from a much more measured response. And you are probably a lot less likely to eat the whole tub of ice cream. But even if you do, you'll respond to that rather than react. So instead of beating yourself up with guilt and shame, you'll say to yourself, oh, I had a stressful day. I did the best I could. I'm not going to hate myself for this. I really enjoyed the ice cream. So you can see how having a response to a situation is much better than reacting to a situation. And mindfulness will help you with this. Another thing that mindfulness does, which is so important, is it helps you to develop self-compassion. So there is research to show that when we look after ourselves from a place of self-compassion, when we look after our health and fitness from a place of self-compassion, we are more likely to stick to our health and fitness regime and we are more likely to get good results. We're more likely to have a healthier body, less diabetes, less depression, less high blood pressure, all the things that we actually want from our health and fitness routines. So developing self-compassion is so important because as I said, we're more likely to stick to our health and fitness, more likely to keep doing our exercise, keep eating well. And when we do stuff up or we do stop going to the gym for a while or we do eat too much crappy food, we're more likely to just say, okay, I still love myself anyway. And that means you're more likely to get back on the wagon and start looking after yourself much more quickly. Much better than guilt and shame, that's for sure. And of course, mindfulness, when you think about all of the things I've just mentioned, that's going to help you improve your self-esteem and improve your confidence. When you have self-compassion, when you have self-control, when you have, a gentle discipline in your life, you're going to feel stronger and better about yourself and you're going to project yourself with confidence. Now, as a personal trainer, I know a lot of people go to the gym and think they want to lose weight so that they will feel better about themselves, so they'll feel more confident. And you can get those results of self-esteem and confidence without even going to the gym. You can do it through mindfulness. Now, when you add mindfulness to an exercise routine, to a pretty good healthy eating regime, imagine the results. You're going to feel 10 times better. So this is something that might be missing for you if you're constantly at the gym or constantly counting calories and you still don't feel good about yourself. Mindfulness might be that one little step that you need. Plus, it does all these other things. It reduces your stress, it controls anxiety, it benefits your emotional health, enhances your self-awareness, lengthens your attention span, aids age-related memory loss, generates kindness, not just to yourself, but to others, helps fight addictions, improves sleep, controls pain. There are so many reasons to meditate and to have mindfulness in your life, but yet it can definitely do all those things like help you lose weight, help you feel better about your confidence, and all those things that you've wanted. So, mindfulness is simply being in the present moment, not ruminating on the past or worrying about the future. It's being right here, right now. And an example I want to say to you is think about this moment. Is there a problem? There's no problem in this exact moment. If you start thinking about bills you need to pay or something you said to someone last week, then you're not in the present moment anymore. And that's when there's a problem. But if you are currently right here in this present moment, generally, from 99% of our life, there's no problem in this present moment. So that might be simple. It might be a simple concept, but it's not always easy, which is why we call meditation or mindfulness a practice, because we want to continue to practice it. We don't need to get it perfect. We just want to keep practicing it. And I keep using the word meditation and mindfulness interchangeably. Not exactly the same thing, but meditation is one way of practicing mindfulness. So when we meditate, we are practicing being in the present moment. There's other ways you can do it, but meditation is quite a simple way to do it. So how to meditate? The easiest way is to start with a breath meditation. So sit down or lie down, or you can even stand up, and I'll talk about this in a second, and just be in a state where you can focus on your breath. That's all you do. So count the breaths is one easy way to stay focused on the breath. So as you breathe in, count 1 in your mind, or if you want to, you can say it out loud. When you breathe out, that's 2. When you breathe in again, that's 3. When you breathe out again, that's 4. And keep doing that. Maybe count up to 10 and start back down again at 1 o'clock, not 1 o'clock. Another way you can do it is as you are breathing in, say to yourself, breathing in, and as you exhale, say to yourself, breathing out. So breathing in and breathing out. Now, you are going to get distracted. Your mind is going to wander. This is natural, okay? So when I started to try meditation back in the days of my corporate life, I used to beat myself up for not getting it perfect. I thought I had to have a completely clear and empty brain. Well, no, if I had a completely clear and empty brain, I might be not well. Our brains are designed to think, okay? So when you notice you're distracted, that's cool. Just come back to your breathing. So try and let go of what you're thinking about, whether it's ruminating on the past or planning for the future, and just come back to your breath. And that's it. That's it. And as I said on the last slide, it's a practice. So you may not do it perfectly ever, but you just continue to practice and practice, and it does get easier, I promise you. And what I would recommend is start with a few minutes. Start with 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute, whatever feels right for you. And over time, you can build that up. So when should you meditate? A lot of wellness gurus would say to do it first thing in the morning. Well, if you have kids to get ready for school, and your husband to get ready, and yourself, and you've got a million things to do, you've got to get to work super early, whatever, first thing in the morning might not be right for you. So that's okay. If it is right for you, if you have a quiet morning time, please go ahead and do it first thing in the morning. But if you're super busy, try last thing at night. Some people find it a great way to get themselves off to sleep. A lot of my clients do it on their lunch break. If they work in an office, it just means that they can step out of the office for a moment and actually do something for themselves, refreshes them, gets them ready to go back for the rest of their day. If you're at home with young ones, perhaps when your kids go down for their, early afternoon nap, you could take a few minutes there to meditate as well. You can even take advantage of something like being in line at a supermarket or somewhere else where you're stuck in line. This is what I was talking about when I said you could be standing up. You could just gently focus on your breath. You don't have to close your eyes. You don't have to count out loud. No one will have to know what you're doing. So you could do this during your waiting time when you feel like you've got nothing else you could be doing. Or maybe you're checking your phone, but you could do this instead. Also in the car before or after work, obviously not while you're driving, but even maybe at a set of traffic lights, you could have a go, or before you get out of the car when you're at the office, or just before you leave the office, or just before you step into your home. Also, if you commute, if you're on a train or on a bus, perfect time to meditate. What else are you doing anyway? You might read a book, but why not have a few minutes of meditation before you do that? So aim for shorter meditations daily rather than longer ones less often. So we know that the research shows doing a daily meditation will give you all the benefits I talked about much faster than trying to do, say, an hour a week is probably not going to happen because an hour is such a long time. So aim to do like 5 minutes every day rather than trying to do half an hour twice a week. You'll get a lot better benefits. But you know what? If you can only do it a couple of times a week, that is better than not doing it at all. So, like me, you might have tried this before, but it didn't stick. Or you might be thinking, I don't know how I'll ever get this to work for me. I don't really know what I'm doing. So, let me help you with something. And that is 21 days of practice. So, we know that it takes 21 days to create a habit. So, doing something daily for 21 days will help you to make it part of your regular routine. Plus, I have so much more to teach you. When you know as much as you can about meditation, how to meditate, some hacks, everything that you need to know, it's going to make it much easier for you to do the meditation practice and get all the benefits that I mentioned earlier. So I'd like to invite you to join my 21 days of Body Love meditation program. So it's normally $21 Australian, but for the next 48 hours, I have a special offer for you and it's just $7. So what you will get is a daily reminder with a quick tip on why meditation is so important and how to hack your practice to make it easy for you. So I've only told you a tiny little bit about mindfulness and meditation in this training session, and you can learn more by doing my 21-day program. You'll get an email reminder on a daily basis. Plus, you'll get access to a members only online portal. So you can have access to this program for life and you can tap into it whenever you need. So just click on the button below and you'll get lifetime access to this program for just $7. So don't miss out. So here's what people have to say. You actually get a guided meditation that I have created for you as part of the program. And Lisa Smith, who is a mentor, said that the meditation was divine, the music transported her, the loving kindness affirmations were like a prayer. Beautiful meditation, and it really helps to, look after yourself in a beautiful way. Sarah Bryan said she just downloaded and meditated just what I needed this morning. Thank you. Susie Cooper said, thanks, Emma. I forgot to download it. But once she did it, she said, what a lovely, relaxing meditation. And Peter said, yes, loving this guided meditation. So I'd love you to feel these things that these women have felt too. So please don't miss out on this special offer. Only $7 for 21 days of meditation. I will take you through everything I know. You get access to this beautiful guided meditation. And by the end of 21 days, you will have this missing thing from your health and fitness regime, and it will make all of what you're trying to achieve with your exercise and your nutrition work even better for you. So just click on the button below to get started instantly.